All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming. All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming. All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. This is strange here. 1 minute. All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. This is strange. 1 minute. All right. This is all right. All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom. Sister Deborah is coming this evening with a message. Would you say that we should be ready when Yah comes? Let's say, for instance, he's coming to take us to Mount Zion. Or say, for instance, he's coming to just take us to the wilderness. We that are of the living, that are the light, would you say that we should be ready? Anyone out there? What would you say? Should we be ready? And if so, what does being ready appear to you to be like? How should being ready appear as we the people that are of the light? We are the people that are the living. How should we be preparing, or what should we be doing? Or do you think that we should be ready? Anybody? Would you say that we should be ready for whenever the Most High Yah busts a move, whether it's to take us to the wilderness or take those to Mount Zion? Should we be ready for Yahuwah? Should we? Many people really can't answer that question because they don't know what ready should look like or should feel when we are looking forward to the Most High Yah. What would you say ready would be like if you were to be ready when the Most High Yah comes? And I want to let you all know something. Oh, he's coming. Uh-huh. I believe that we are getting confused with two comings. I know that the Son of Man is coming. I know that with the host of other angels. Now, I do know that. But I believe the Father is going to pull up before that time. And I believe he's going to pull up and he's going to take a people into a wilderness. And I don't mean a bad place called the wilderness. I mean a place where he see fit. And from that place will he take his small remnant to Mount Zion. But the question is, do you think that you're ready? Do you really think that you are ready? Or do you think we should be preparing and getting ready? What would you say we should be doing? How should we prepare? I want to tell you all that I don't care how many platforms there are and how many subscribers and likes each platform may have established. When it comes down to spirit and truth, 99.9 is missing it. Because we are to be in a place, and that place is a place within us, okay? Ready for when he comes. You know how the disciples and many others, Mary and many others, was in the upper room? They were tarrying, meaning waiting. They was waiting for something. They was waiting for the promise that the comforter would come. But they were praising, exalting the Most High, praising. They were on one accord with all the things that they were doing. Why is it we today are not there? And they were waiting for the Ruach HaKodesh, which is the Holy Spirit. We are waiting for something greater, even though He is the Holy Spirit. But the Father is coming to take us out of where we are at. And are you ready? Really? Could you actually look at yourself and say, I'm ready? He can come take me. I know I'm ready. Some people think they so ready. They got a one-way ticket to Mount Zion and they got the keys to the kingdom. What make you ready? What would make you ready? What would you say would make you ready for the kingdom? You ready to go already? Because you got your bags packed? What? Do you know a lot of people think that they are entitled to Yah no matter what? I believe most Christians believe that he's really coming to rapture them. I know the Jehovah's Witness think he's just only coming for them. You see all these different religions? They already think in their own self mind that the Creator is only focusing on their religion, their belief that he's coming for them. If I was to ask them, are you ready? They probably stall. What do you mean? Am I ready? The question is, are you ready? And what make you ready? What make you ready for the kingdom? While you in your flesh, what makes you ready for the kingdom? We're going to cover something here. And I think this is kind of neat. Because a lot of people think that the kingdom owes them something. They think the Most High Yah must abide in a way that we ourselves on these devil platforms have manipulated. We've made a fool out of ourselves because we never really tarried to wait for him. Because if they would have waited, they would have had him by now. And they would know already they were ready this day. But 99.9 don't know. Because they don't know what being ready for the Most High Yah feels like. No one told them that there's things he's looking for you to be doing and be found doing. That's why people go to and fro on these platforms. That's why people are not dedicated to exalting and praising and magnifying the Most High. Because they just assume that, oh, well, grace and mercy going to take us all to the kingdom. Oh, no, it's not. Where did you get that from? They would say that because they don't have the answer. Should you be ready, or are you ready? If Yah were to come right now, would you be ready? When I go to Luke, in the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 35. In the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 35. Let your loins be geared about, and your lights burning. You see that light burning? Do you see that light burning? That light is your spirit, you guys. Let your loins be geared up about, and your lights burning. Verse 36. And ye yourself like unto men that wait for their Lord, when he will return from the wedding, that when he come and knocketh, they may open unto him immediately. Why are they opening up instant? Because they're ready. They've been waiting for him. Their light is burning. Their spirit is burning for Yah. So the moment he knock on their spirit, oh, they ready. They ready. They open the door. What does it say? Immediately. Why? It's because their light is already burning. Their spirit is yearning for his presence. He's yearning for his coming. Don't think that you can just sit around and watch all these YouTubers and think that that's part of being ready. No. He wants you as an individual to prepare yourself. Be ready. And it's not so much as being ready in your flesh. That's not what he's talking about. This light, he says, burning, that's your spirit. You set on fire. Your spirit is already set on fire, waiting. It wants to be lit when he knock at that door. That's what you call being ready. How many of you out there can say your light is burning? And if y'all were to come right today, you can immediately open up the door. What's the sense of opening up the door if your light is not burning? Because that's what he's coming for. A light that is burning. And that light that is burning is your spirit, waiting for him, yearning for him, on fire for him. So you see, will you say today that you are really, truly ready? Is your light burning? Are you on fire for the Most High Yah? Are you exalting the Most High Yah? Are you seeking the Most High Yah? Are you waiting for him to knock at that door? Really, are you? Ask yourself that. Are you really ready for if the Most High Yah were to come? Are you ready? Okay, let's go to Hebrew chapter 10 and verse 25. In the book of Hebrew chapter 10, verse 25, and it reads, not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exalting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching. You see that these are the end days. He's saying that don't understand, you must find a place where you can be assembling ourselves together, that we can come into a unity together, assemble ourselves together. And he's saying here in verse 25, Hebrew chapter 10 and verse 25, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as a matter of some is, but exalting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching. You know why people wouldn't get to that? And people wouldn't come into a unity and assembly together? It's because they're not prepared for his coming. They're not prepared for anything. Their light is not even burning. They think that only time that it's time to be prepared is when the United Snakes tell them something is going on, and then we'll prepare from that time on. The United Snakes have to tell them to prepare. But the Father wants you to know, in Hebrew chapter 10, verse 25, not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as a matter of some is, but exalting one another, and so much the more. He said we should be doing it even more, coming together, assembling ourselves together. Just imagine if you are ready and your light is burning, and everybody around you light is burning. Oh man, we got something going on. You see? And he knocks at the door, and we all ready. Our light is burning, and we are all ready. So don't ever think that you're not supposed to be ready, because 99.9% of people here on this earth, they don't think that they should be ready for anything that has to do with a creator. If anything, he better be ready for us, or he better be ready to receive us. That's the mindset. We fail to realize who is the creator because we're so busy being the creator ourselves, not understanding that he's coming, and he's coming for what is belong to him. He's not coming for the dead. He's coming for the living. He's not coming for darkness. He's coming for the light that's burning, you guys. Did you ever think of the 10 virgins? How 5 had lamps with oil and 5 had not? It was easy to walk away and only take on those who had oil. He wasn't taking no more than what he was planning on taking. Those that had what it takes to be ready. I sat back this evening and I found verses after verses in the study guide telling us somewhat of how we are to try to find a place within our to unify and be ready, be found ready, y'all. What did the other 10 virgins? When the trumpet was blown, they all heard the trumpet. They all got up and what did they do to their lamps? Trim their lamps. But some had and some didn't have the oil. They didn't have what it takes to be able to go the next step. But what was the step they needed to go? Yah was ready to take the ones that had. He's not waiting for you to go find your lamp, or he's not waiting for your light to start shining. No, when he knock on that door, your light better already be lit up. And that's what it says in Luke chapter 12 and verse 35. Let your light be burning when Yah knocks at the door. Not, let me get something to light my lamp. No, your light better be burning already. Not needing to be lit, already burning. So that shows you that we're supposed to be in a place with Yah. We are supposed to be in a place with him. And even though he's not in before us now, we supposed to be preparing our spirit, you guys. We should get our spirit ready. And here in Hebrew chapter 10 and verse 25, it says, notwithstanding the assembling of ourselves together as a matter of some, but exalting one another, and some much more, as ye see the day approaching. So if you don't think that the days that we are in, the day that we are in is such a critical time that it's the end day where Yah is coming to make a move. And I'm going to tell you what's very confusing. People can't seem to separate the coming of Yah taking a people to the wilderness and then purging and taking out the rebels and then taking the remnant to Mount Zion. People can't grip that. Do y'all know that? It's just somewhere in them, they can't grip it. They only see the rapture. Everybody looking at the fact that, he's coming to take us to the kingdom. No, he's not coming to take you to the kingdom. He's coming to take a people, which is his small remnant, to Mount Zion. That has to take place first, you guys. Now, when the Son of Man comes, which he's coming, but that's after the Mount Zion. It's so many things have to take place before we get to that stage in which many religions believe in that rapture, or that time where he's coming and he's taking everybody to the kingdom. No. He has to take his small remnant to the promised land of the Spirit, which is Mount Zion. See, that was the other promise to Abraham in the vision. And the promise to Abraham regarding the land in the flesh was in a dream. There was two promises. And again, I'm sorry that they didn't even teach you all this. There was two promises. One promise was in the flesh. He fulfilled the one in the flesh. He suffered Josh to take the people, the children of Israel, to the promised land. Josh took them to the promised land. See, we didn't respect him enough to see, even to this very day, that that was fulfilled, what he told Abraham in the dream. But in the vision was the promise of the Spirit. You see, it was the promise of the Spirit. And when we as a people are fighting to identify ourselves as the flesh, anybody can identify themselves as part of Abraham. Anybody. But until you're able to identify yourself as Abraham in the spirit, you're a very sick person if you think it was about Abraham in the flesh. No. Mount Zion is going to be holy, y'all. It's going to be just like when he created the Garden of Eden. The Most High Yah going to be in the midst. You see? That is totally different than taking the children of Israel to the promised land. Josh took them to the promised land. Why won't we own that? How is it as a people who say they are awakened won't own the truth? But they trying to hold on to the lie. Without even taking 400 years, bring them 400 and some odd years to the forefront and drop them off. But you can't drop them off if you ain't going to tell the truth of it. And that's what the Father has shared with me. I gave them 400 and something years, Deborah, and they still as stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient, and worser than their forefathers. Why? Because we did not study. We did not seek after truth. It's sitting right in us, and we deny it to the fullness. He told you. He told you. It's in you. Truth rests in you. It came with the breath. It came with you. When he gave you the breath, truth came with it. Let me show you an example. Let's go to Romans chapter 1. Give you just a little something to show you how it is already finished. In Romans chapter 1 and verse 18. In Romans chapter 1 and verse 18, Paul says, for the wrath of Yah is revealed from heavens against. Wait a minute, what is heavens against? What is heaven against? Why is there wrath from heavens against something? Listen to what it's saying, y'all. From heavens against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men. See, a lot of you all didn't understand that when you look at the world in the situation that it is in and the darkness that's heavy upon it, y'all looking at the men. You know why? Because the men stole everything y'all made left, they turned right. Y'all made light, they turned dark. They took bitter and made it sweet. Sweet, bitter. You see, they took everything that Yah created in the beginning, even woman, and reversed it out of the creative position that heavens had orchestrated it to be on the earth. So you see, watch what he says. Romans chapter 1. Look how heaven's got an issue with men. I know it, y'all can't see it. And it says,
Romans chapter 1, verse 18. For the wrath of Yah is revealed from heavens against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. Now look at truth, y'all. You see that? But before you get to truth, you see what? Who holds? They hold the truth in unrighteousness. Let me give you the first one. The first one. In the beginning, he told that he didn't tell, he said, let us make man in our image and in our likeness. And Yah created male and female, which is masculine and feminine. Male and female, he created them. And the main thing he gave them, the number one, was authority and power to rule the earth. He gave it to them, not him. He gave it to them, not him. He gave it to them, not him. So they had to come up with a way they can steal her identity. That's why they got in there just as big as they, as if she did something, she said something, she entertained something, she had sex with something. Every reason that they could use to tell everybody that will pick up their study guide and see that woman played a role that caused her to lose her power and ruler position. Yah ain't never gave anything and took it back. He's not an Indian giver. When he gave woman dominion and ruler on this earth from the beginning, that's what it should have been all the way to the end. But everything then reversed out of the creative position. Okay, so when you see Romans chapter 1 and you wonder, well, wait a minute, Paul, what do you mean? What is he up there being mad for? Listen to what it says, Romans chapter 1, verse 18. For the wrath of Yah is revealed from the heavens against, it's revealed against, from heaven, against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of who? Of men, masculine, male. Watch this here. Who what? Hold. Deborah, they hold the truth in unrighteousness. See, because the truth came with the breath. You see? Now watch what it says in verse 19. Because that which may be known of Yah is manifested in them, for Yah has shown it unto them. You see? It's manifested in them already, y'all. What? Truth. Everybody has truth in them because that's what the breath is consist of. It blew your spirit into the flesh, and that breath is what gives that spirit the living, and it came with truth. But the Father is saying that they held truth in ungodliness and unrighteousness, but they holding it because it came in them. You see? So what do that say? If we take on today and not understand how we should be ready when he comes, first and foremost, the first one is truth that was already in us. Okay? And then ready is when the Ruach, the Holy Spirit, is in us. How ready can you be? You see? How ready can you be? That Holy Spirit represent that example of that light burning. So when he knocked at your door, you quickly open the door because you're ready. Somebody come pick you up. Do you wait to get ready once they knock? Or are you a procrastinator? Or are you the type of person that be ready when you get your ride is out there? When the Father is saying to you all out there that are of the light, that are of the living, find within yourself time to be ready. Take some time out and be ready. The day of Pentecostal, you think them people was in that upper room wasn't ready? Oh, they were ready and ready and ready. So what will make you think all you have to do is be in McDonald's, Steak and Shake, or what? White Castle or Burger King, Waffle House? You don't have to be ready, just ready to eat, ready to give the flesh what it needs. If you can just take out time and see how you really make sure when the flesh is ready to eat, when the flesh is ready to do what it want to do, you get to it, don't you? So the Father is saying, be ready for when I come. And he's telling you to get your house prepared and ready. He's speaking of your spirit. See, that's the only thing that can get your flesh in order, is your own spirit. So he's saying in Hebrew chapter 10 and verse 25, not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together. Why? Just imagine all of us, if our lights are burning, we'll burn down a house. We'll burn down YouTube. This is what he's saying. Be ready. And he's telling us that a part of that being ready was just like they were in the upper room. They were ready, people. And they were waiting. What was they waiting for? The Ruach HaKodesh. Do we need to wait for the Ruach HaKodesh? No. We that have our light already burning, the Ruach HaKodesh is coming for us. So you can't get with people who don't have the light, people. You can't get with people who are dead. You got to find a way to make yourself in the center of the living, in the center of those who are the light. You don't want to be in a house that everybody in there dark. Because he ain't going to be knocking at your door where everybody there dark. Be ready. I know it. Ain't nobody teaching that. Ain't nobody telling people, you have to be ready. You have to be ready. Let me go to this next. Let's go to Acts chapter 2 and verse 42. Acts chapter 2 and verse 42. Let's see what that's saying. In the book of Acts, verse 2. No, chapter 2, verse 42. And we think we're ready because we got some water saved in our basement. We got a lot of tissue ready. You see how we're ready for the things for the flesh? Y'all don't see nothing wrong with that? How could you be so ready for the things of the flesh? But y'all telling you to have that spirit lit up, have it burning, but you don't have that ready. But you think it's about having the things for the flesh ready, and your spirit is standing over here anorexium, and it can't get ready because it's too weak. It haven't had food for its spirit. Okay, so in Acts chapter 2 and verse 42, Acts chapter 2 and verse 42, it says, and they continued steadfastly in the apostle doctrine and fellowship in the breaking of bread and in prayer. So a lot of people think it's really about this devil platform. The only way they want to come into a unity is on this devil platform. But Yah is saying, those that he's coming for, you should be fellowshipping with one another. You see, exalting one another. And here in Acts chapter 2, verse 42, and they continue steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowshipping and in breaking of bread and in prayer. We just look at the idea YouTube is here. It's the one bringing us together. We really think this is what it's about. You know what? It's messed up because YouTube too is going to pass away. You see, it too shall pass away. And it's going to be passing away right before your very eyes. So what happens then? You see? So the Father is saying, if you say you ready, be ready in the spirit and in the way that I am looking for you to be ready. Not YouTube making you ready, preparing you to be ready. Or you yourself thinking everything you got stored away, even the money in your bank, is your way of being ready for Yah. Do you know that? You looking, because if Yah were to come right tonight at 12 p.m., do you know 99.9 of you wouldn't go? Because you'll be worried about what you got in your house and what you got in your bank. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the reality of it. So even though you might look at me all cockeyed in what I'm speaking on, this is what you call spirit and truth for the spirit. This is what you call the truth of the whole matter. The question still reside. Are you ready for when Yahuwah come? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Now, go to Mark, the book of Mark, chapter 13 and verse 33. In the book of Mark, chapter 13 and verse 33, and people really, it's just so much people are looking for. People are wanting. People are desiring all kinds of things in all kinds of ways. And these things that they are desiring is what's going to keep them here. They're not going to be ready, y'all. They're not going to be ready. And you might hear this message and all it's really saying to you is search within and see in your spirit. Is it ready? For if y'all were to come right now, will you be ready? No. You would tell him, so long, I see you on the next route. People really think he's going to bypass them because people think it's about what they got stored away, how much land they got, how much property they got, their homes, their bank account, their family. They wouldn't even bust a move if the Most High said, come. They wouldn't bust a move. You know what me? I'll take off so fast, I'll probably be the first place winner, the first runner to the Most High Yah. I'll leave everything behind. Everything and everybody. Okay? That's how ready I am. And I'm going to tell y'all something, though. I'm going to tell you the truth about it. I didn't get myself ready. Let me just tell that. Let me just put that out there. Me being ready, the way I'm ready, it ain't me. It's something so greater in me that have kept me ready every step of the way. And I give him glory, and I give him honor, and I give him praise. That's why I will be the first runner running if he were to come today. Okay, so when I get to Mark chapter 13 and verse 33, it says, take ye heed, watch, and pray. So this is a part of being ready, y'all. Watch, and pray. For ye know not when the time is. But watch and pray. Watch and pray. So when I be telling y'all in the wilderness, I can see all this stuff happening, and I'm wondering why ain't nobody else seeing it. Going back, spiritual, I'm watching, and I'm allowed to see. Y'all, it's allowed me to see it. You see? So here in Mark chapter 13 and verse 33, it says, take heed, watch, take heed, watch, and pray, for ye know not when that time is. And that applies to Yah himself. Sister Deborah, you and nobody else knows the time of this day when Yah is going to take the whole house of Israel to the wilderness and purge out and take out the rebels to take his to Mount Zion. But I will say to you all, it sure feel close, y'all. It's a feeling. It's a feeling. Because it's just like, to me, if I'm seeing these things, even though 99.9 say they don't see any, if I'm seeing these things, I'm like, I can't believe my son keep asking me if he can come over. No. If I'm seeing these things and I'm wondering, where is everybody else? Why ain't everybody else preaching and teaching? Why ain't people talking about this? It's just so amazing how people are bypassing the things which are spirit and truth. The things that holds the light, that helps you walk through the narrow gate, people are bypassing all of that. You see, and as I sit and I thought about something I just said to you all, I say, now, just imagine the topic said, are you prepared? Are you ready if Yah was to come? Just imagine if anything were to take place, I can guarantee you, you'll say you have everything ready for your flesh. You see how messed up from the floor up that is? We'll prepare everything for the flesh, but we ain't preparing. No, take it away, Deborah. People are not preparing anything for their spirit. So it's going to be very hard for those who are going to think that they were ready, but yet they be left here. Because this type of readiness in which I'm speaking of is ready in the spirit. Because what the Father is coming, he's coming for the living, not the dead. You see, as I read through the study guide in Revelation, and it keeps saying, but those who are not written, they continue in their wicked and sin and a abomination. And I'm like saying, see, people don't grip that. They don't grip the fact that there's two type of people. There's a living one and there's a dead one on this earth. The dead don't give a rat's behind what they reading, what they teaching people, what the wisdom in the flesh. They don't care about the knowledge in the flesh. They don't care about the understanding in the flesh. They don't care about anything outside of the flesh. So therefore, Yah has not given them the spiritual food. It is not entitled to them, because the spiritual food is for the living, not the dead. Like this message I'm speaking on right now. Being ready is calling for the living, not the dead. You see, this message alone is for the living, not the dead. So to be ready, that's why your lamp will be on fire and burning, because you spiritually are ready. For when he knock on the door, you immediately open up the door because you are ready, because you are the living that he's coming for. He ain't knocking on the door of the dead. He's knocking on the door of the living, people. We just talked about that in Luke chapter 12, verse 35. Now here in Mark chapter 13 and verse 33, and it says, take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. People, that statement is not for the dead. That statement is for the living. That statement is not for the dead. So many people will come on this platform and they would be thinking and saying things out of their flesh mind, not understanding you dead. You are 100% dead. Trying. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There go the other son. Woo-wee. So Sister Deborah, is going to have to end this video. And I apologize. I'm so sorry. But ask yourself, are you really ready for the Most High Yah? Are you ready? Or do you think that you don't have to have anything in you that prepares you to be ready? You do. I didn't get a chance to read the other 10 verses. It has a lot to do with you preparing your spirit from the level of your flesh to the level of your spirit, preparing. Even the fact of fellowshipping plays a role in preparing. So I, Sister Deborah, must. Appreciate each and every last one of you all in the life. These things of mine. Shalom.